Moorhouse's Blonde Witch.
And remember, life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Booze Reviews. I have got one from the Moorhouse Brewery based in Burnley in Lancashire. Now, I've got a few funny stories about that. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But this is the first one I've had from the Moorhouse Brewery. They've been going since 1865, based up there in Lancashire, the arch enemy of the People's Republic of Yorkshire. They had a war called the War of the Roses. They was arguing over who had the best back gardens, and yeah, Jeff Boycott led the Yorkshiremen into battle, and I think the Stan Ogden led the Lancastrians or Lancashire people into battle, and it was all over who had the best who had the best back gardens, and of course everyone knows the best back gardens are in London. Anyway, moving along swiftly. I've had this in my fridge for quite a while, and I've seen this in a supermarket on quite a few occasions, and I don't know why, but I've just never picked it up. I don't know where. That's that soppy bastard barking at another dog out there. Take him out for a walk. He absolutely shits himself from other dogs. He's a mouthy little shit. Anyway, I've seen this in the supermarkets, Asda and Morrison's, and I've never picked it up. It was always on the bottom shelf, and it looked like cheap. It looked like a bargain basement beer. But the other day I bit the bullet and thought, I'm going to try this. And I didn't know they'd been going since 1865, based in Burnley. Now, there's probably a few viewers on this channel who know Burnley. It's not the nicest of areas, and I've been there a couple of times with the football and all that, and people were lovely, absolutely amazing, but fuck me, the area could do with a few quid spent on it. Well, it could back then anyway. I'm talking sort of mid-90s, early 2000s. Funny thing was, the old governor in my local, in Wood Green, he was from Burnley. Tony was his name. I don't know whether he's still alive now. What a fucking lovely bloke he was. No nonsense. He should have been born in Yorkshire. And I'll tell you a little story. This is a little indication about the geezer, what he was, right? I can't remember who it was. It was somebody was playing in the Euros. It wasn't an England game. Oh, that's right. It was Man United when they played. I think it was Bayern Munich. And pub was packed. Now I fucking hate Man United. I don't care who knows that, right? I am not a fan of any other football team apart from West Ham. Maybe QPR, I'll give them a little bit of a squeeze, but yeah, any other team, not interested in. But this match was being shown in his pub, and the pub was fucking packed. And I didn't go in there to watch the game, I just went in there because it was my local and I fancied a pint. And I remember I walked in there, and I went up, and he was serving Löwenbräu at the time. And this was just as it had gone over to being brewed over here, and it was pretty shit, but I was still drinking it. And I said, all right, Tone, give us a Löwenbräu, mate. He went, hang on a minute, I've just got to fucking do something, right? That's my best northern impression, right? And I thought, what the fucking hell is this, right? Apparently this New Zealand Kiwi backpacker had just walked in off the street, sat down, and plonked himself right in front of the telly and was watching the football. And Tony's gone up to him and he went, "You alright, mate?" He went, "Yeah, I'm fine, thanks." And he went, "You're not fucking alright in this pub if you're not drinking." He went, "Alright, I'll have a mineral water." And he looked at him and he went, "Oh, for fuck's sake." And he said, "Do you take credit cards?" He went, "Go on, fuck off out of my pub now." And he threw him out the pub. Of all the pubs to walk into, that was the wrong one to walk into and try and do that, because they do that all the time. You know, I know I'm going way on topic, and I will get back onto this beer, but a little fucking rant, right, about cunts that go into pubs and don't buy drinks, right? Now, my old local was in Wood Green, right, and I would always, do you know what, and I don't know what it is, maybe this is old school, but even if I'm using the toilet in a pub, I will always make sure I buy half a pint. And a couple of the landlords who I've, you know, said I'm just, you know, they look at me and say, "Oh, you're just having half a pint?" I went, "Yeah, I just want to use the toilet." And I said, "No, that's fine." I went, "No, give me half a pint." I always do it. It's just common fucking courtesy, right? It's pub etiquette, if you like. Old school pub etiquette. I don't just walk in, have a slash and fuck off. I think that's taking the piss, but no pun intended. The amount of fucking wankers that used to come in to my old local in Wood Green, right? And it's an Arsenal pub, it's an Arsenal area. Now, I fucking hate Arsenal fans. No disrespect if you're an Arsenal fan, but you're a cunt. No, I'm joking. What annoyed me was you would get fucking teams of blokes just walking off the street, sit down and watch the football, not buy a drink. And I remember the landlord, he wouldn't say nothing to him, and they'd be sat there mouthing off, the most mouthiest cunts in the pub, mouthing off, saying, you know, shouting and screaming at the game and all that. Never been to a fucking game in their life, never even been to Highbury. I've been to Highbury more times than them cunts. Shouting and fucking screaming, hadn't bought a pint, and as soon as 90 minutes was blown on the whistle, that was it. Be out of the pub. And sorry, but that winds me up. Little bit of a fucking rant here, I know, but that is not on. If you're going to walk into a pub, buy a fucking pint. Don't be an horrible cunt. That's a geezer's livelihood. You know, it's not a public service. It's not like a library. You can just walk in and watch the fucking football and fuck off. Anyway, let's get on to the beer before I go into meltdown and have a cardiac arrest. This is, I don't know what it is. They call it a blonde ale. So, yeah, I'm going to call it a blonde ale as well. It's 4.4%, 500ml bottle. On the back, spellbinding, tantalising, she spins her golden charms and whispers her haunting siren call like a shining beacon. A punchy, full-bodied blonde ale with distinct taste and citrus hop finish. Now, the area where they're from, Pendle, I think it's called, Pendle in Lancashire. There's loads of witchcraft myths and nonsense that, you know, they still believe up there. They love it up north. They love a fucking horror story up north. We gave that up years ago down in London. We've seen too many fucking real horrors on the street. There's no indication as to what is in the beer. Oh, hang on. Contains barley, malt, wheat, hops, and that's it. I thought that said foie gras, but it don't. That's French or something they've got on there. Yeah, not much information at all. No brew sheet on the website. I'm going in here blind. Let's get it open. Let's see what's going on. This beer's been going quite a while actually, and the label's been changed quite a few times. There's the cap, plain black cap. I'm not even going to put that in the collection. That's going to go in the bin, yeah. And we will get it into the glass. Never had one from these before, Moorhouses. As I say, I saw it on the shelf quite a few times, just did not bother. It looked like a bargain basement beer. What are we getting? One of those. Fruity. Fruity, some grassy, mild hops, but the aromas are quite subdued. There's a touch of sweet caramel malt on that as well. Okay, let's get it all out into the glass. Now, as I say, this is the first one I've had from this brewery. They do quite a wide-ranging core range and specials as well. Traditional British brewer. Started off, believe it or not, brewing, well, not brewing, but producing mineral water back in 1865. Can you believe that? And it was popular. Who bought mineral water back then? Anyway, well, I suppose a lot of people, because the water was pretty shit. Yeah, aromas are quite subdued. There it is in the glass. Fair bit of carbonation. Head is virtually non-existent. Dog is going fucking mental. Let's get it down the hatch. Cheers. That's not bad. I think the Kraken's turned up. That's why Soppy Bollocks is barking. She's been out on the piss with her mate, so I'm gonna have to clear up the mess. This isn't bad. There's a slight coppery, metallic sort of taste to it, but it's subtle. The big thing here is caramel malt. Caramel malt, some nice fruit, a little bit of a herbal, grassy type hop flavour to it. Very easy drinking. The mouthfeel is really nice on this, and it does taste like a traditional British blonde ale. I'm quite liking this. Quite fruity, like apple, apple, pear, orangey type. I'd love to know what the hops are. They don't mention it on the bottle or on the website, but I'm assuming these are British hops because they just taste typically like Bramlin Cross or something. You know, that really fruity type British hop flavour that you get in blonde ales and golden ales from traditional British brewers. Nice sort of dry finish on this as well. Very subtly bitter too. And I have to say, and do you know what? I keep finding myself doing this, and I think what lets it down, the superficial twat that I am, I look at the label and I just think, oh, that looks a bit moody. I'm not gonna buy that. And it's been sat on a shelf in Morrison's, my local Morrison's, on the bottom shelf. Sadly, forlorn. Not many people buying it, and I'm sure it's something to do with the label. But the beer is not bad at all. Very flavoursome. Not much aroma, but there's definitely flavour on this. Reminds me of Adnams Ghost Ship, a more drinkable version, if you can imagine that, than Adnams Ghost Ship. This is really nice. I'm going to put this down now. Oh, there's a lovely tea type flavour to it as well. Definitely getting that. It's like a black tea, sweet black tea. God, this is lovely. Really nice. I'm impressed with that. Moorhouse, yeah, very good indeed. Why have I not tried this before? And it's come out of the fridge, it's quite cold. And what does it say? A punchy, full-bodied blonde ale with a distinct fruit and citrus hop finish. Yeah, there is. Yeah, quite a dry finish on it and all. There's some caramel malt on that as well. And I have to say, that is a really nice blonde ale. Look at that. That looks lovely. Super drinkable. I'm going to have to put it down because I'm just going to keep necking it and necking it. Yeah, very impressed. Well done, Moorhouse. I do apologise for not trying your beer earlier, but maybe put something a bit more inviting on the label. I know I shouldn't really do this because I've tried that so many times before. Well, I've seen it so many times before where I've had beer in the fridge and I just thought, nah, I'll leave that. You know, Hook Norton was another one. The Hook Norton stuff, I sort of left that in the fridge for a while. I shouldn't do it really. It's my internal prejudice. But this is really nice. I really do like this. So what's the verdict on Moorhouse's Blonde Witch? Very nice indeed. There is a lot of tradition in that flavour. You can taste that is typically British. They have not jumped on the bandwagon of the American hopped craft beers at all, despite their popularity. And they've been going, as I say, they've been going since 1865. They actually sold their mineral water concern that was going on at the time to Thwaites. I think that might have been done in the 1930s. They didn't produce their first cask beer till 1978. And I can only imagine what this would taste like on cask, because it's absolutely gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous out of the bottle, I should say. Very nice, very fruity, nice tea. It's like fruit tea, that's what it is. That's what I'm getting. Really nice. I am going to give that, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It is that nice. It's very drinkable. It's my kind of beer. In the summer, if I wasn't drinking lager, this would be the sort of thing I would like to drink. It's, as I say, it's come out of the fridge, quite cold. It's very, very refreshing, but just super drinkable. And you know, you're getting all the flavour, and you're getting a very, very easy drinking pint, and it's 4.4%, so it's easily sessionable. Very impressed. Moorhouse, you're going to get a 9 out of 10, and I definitely recommend this. You're going to see this on supermarket shelves. If you're passing, get some, get a couple of bottles, stick it in the fridge, and you know, when you come home and you just, you know, after our day's graft and all that, fill out a couple, and then you'll be well on your way. Really nice, and that'll go with some food as well. It's quite clean drinking despite the flavour, and yeah, very impressed. Well done, Moorhouse, top job. And remember, beer is working class champagne.